Thank you for letting me know. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to our Interfaith Thanksgiving event. I'm Cantor Kelly Cooper, and on behalf of Temple Israel, it is a joy to welcome you all here today. Today, we are blessed to have clergy from many different faith traditions offering words of gratitude and blessing. We are honored to be joined by Reverend David Clark from Bayshore Congregational Church, Reverend Bomi Kim from Belmont Heights United Methodist Church, Reverend Petra Malaise? We didn't go over it. Malaise Sternberg First Congregational Church of Long Beach, and Sandra Escandon. I hope I said that right. Close. Escandon. Is that fit? Okay, Sandra Escandon, Long Beach East Stake of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. So welcome all of you today. And we are truly grateful to have you each here. To begin our time together, I'd like to sing a song. The text of this song is Psalm 133, verse 1. Behold how good and how pleasant it is when we dwell together in unity. Well, we're going to sing it in Hebrew. I'm going to teach it to you. It's not that hard. The first part is a nigun, which means it's a melody that has no words. So we'll sing that a couple times, and you'll pick that up pretty quickly. The Hebrew part is call and response. So I'm going to say, Hine matov, and you will say, Hine matov, umanaim, umanaim. Let's try it again. Hine matov, umanaim. Good, and then together we're going to sing these words. Shevet kulanu, gam yachad. Let's try that one more time. Shevet kulanu, gam yachad. And you'll get it. And those words mean, behold, it's so good that we're together. Shevet kulanu, we're dwelling together in unity. So this is the nigun part. Ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la. Let's try that. Ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la. We do it again. Ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la. Hine matov. Nice. Umanaim, umanaim. Together, Shevet kulanu gam yachad. Hine matov, umanaim, umanaim. Shevet kulanu gam yachad. Yalalai. Yalla lai 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 lai, yalla lai 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 lai, yalla lai 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 lai, yalla lai 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 lai, yalla lai 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 lai, yalla lai 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 lai. Hine matov. You're so good. Umanaim, umanaim. Shevet kulanu. la la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Gather us in peace. Gather us in joy. Gather us in strength. We are one. Gather us in peace, joy. Gather us in joy, strength. Gather us in strength. We are one. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. I'm going to hand it over now to Reverend David Clark.
Well, thank you for starting us off so beautifully, and welcome to all of you. I'm delighted that you are all here tonight. I think this is the third year that we've done this, and so grateful to Temple Israel and all the folks here who make this happen every year. I just think it's so important to be able to gather interfaith gatherings like this. Just a show of something important, that there's a spirit that unites us, that transcends everything else that goes on. I don't want to break. Here, I'll just do it like that. There you go. All right. Want me to do it all again? I'm just glad you're all here and all together. It's a good sign. And yeah. Right? All right. So in that spirit, let us begin with a moment of prayer. Let us bow our heads, or whatever is comfortable for you in your tradition. Holy One of many names, source of all being, with hearts open to wonder, we give thanks for the beauty of this day, for the wisdom of many traditions, for the gift of community across lines of difference. We are grateful for Earth's abundance, for those who grow and prepare food, for the shelter and care that sustain us, and for the breath of life that binds us in life. Thank you for the voices of elders and children, for neighbors and companions, for the presence of grace in all our paths. Yet even in our gratitude, we remember those who are in need, those who hunger in body and spirit, those displaced by war or disaster, those who carry grief or fear, and those whose lives are shaped by injustice. We lift up those in our own community who are unhoused, unemployed, or overwhelmed. Move us to act with compassion, to serve not with just words, but with lives shaped with generosity. Forgive us when we cling to fear or indifference. Heal the divisions between us and within us. Teach us to see every person in your sacred image, and in the earth a shared home to protect and honor. May our gratitude lead to peace, to justice, to healing for our community, for the earth, and all creation. Amen. We should mention that two of the congregations and pastors were not able to be here with us. Some family issues that they needed to tend to. Reverend Scott Fritz at Our Savior's Lutheran, and Reverend Lisa Gunlack at the Unitarian Universalist congregation. So our prayers are with them and their families in the time of need. but you are here, and we are glad, and we thought it would be wonderful to take a moment to greet those around you and get to know them a little bit. You might have to move and be mobile, and share something that you're grateful for. But be specific about something, and we know, and we'll just take it for granted that you're thankful for your community, you're thankful for your family, you're thankful for the health that you have, you're thankful for food. Find something interesting. I did this once with a youth group, and one of the youth said, "I'm grateful for gravity." And it's like, I know, it's kind of a downer. Takes a while. So take a moment and think of something specifically that you're grateful for in this moment and this time. So I invite you to take a few minutes to stand and wander around and get to know some folks, and also share with somebody you don't know what community of faith tradition you come from. That'll be nice too. So I'll leave you to it. What are you reading now? The snow on the mountains, kind of driving in the talk about gravy. Turkey gravy. Wasn't able to go to Wednesday's meeting. I was so sad to hear about Anne. Did they say what happened?
Hello, everybody. If you want to stay here forever, you can continue talk. Let's go back to seat. It's great having conversation. Thank you. Oh, where's June? Oh, he's in here. Oh my God, June, it's not a. Okay, every year. Okay, hello everybody. My name is Pastor Bomi Kim from Palman Heights United Methodist Church. 4 minute to walk, terminal and third. Yeah, it's been my 3.5 years. So I'm here and I don't see my congregation member here, so I can be more free. No, I'm joking. What are you grateful for? Did you have good conversation with people? Yes? So I was thinking, what should I share today? And today I want to share, during the worship time, I asked my congregation bring a symbol which represent gratitude. So we had a potluck. United Methodist Church, we love have potluck. I think other faith community, of course. So we brought all different dishes. I brought Korean dish, and we had like kind of tons of food, and then we share what we are grateful for today. And today I brought this symbol of my gratitude. Can you see the picture? It's my son is underneath this table. He's hiding. He drew of me. It's his first drawing of me. Mom, it's you. And I'm grateful for that. At least I'm busy mom. I have 3 boys. Busy mom, working full-time pastor at Belmont Heights. And at least my son see me as a smiley mom. So I'm grateful for. So that's my sharing today for you. And also, he's able to write his name. So I'm thankful for all the teachers. He goes to Fremont Elementary School, TK. So I'm thankful for them. Thank you for daycare teachers. And we are going to open our preschool at Belmont High United Methodist Church. I'm promoting at this moment. And I'm thankful for that. And today, I also brought this one and share with my congregation. Can you guess what it is? Can you see? Yeah, like candle holder. You can put little candle in it. Okay, so you can put little candle and then a candle holder. Can you get it? And then it has little bee on it. I didn't know that. Little bee, okay? I got this gift 3.5 years ago. I'm from Georgia. So when I was serving a church in Georgia, one of congregation gave it to me as a farewell gift. He was a man, young man who didn't have a job, who grew up in church, but who hurt by church, and who almost left the church, but he wanted to still be a part of it. He didn't hate God, so he came back to church, and I wanted to make a group, a small group. So we start a young small group meeting with this guy and one African-American woman, me being Asian, and we have like mixed kids. So young group started in southern part of Georgia. And then last time he gave it to me, but I'm so bad. It's my bad. I didn't pay attention on this candle holder for 3.5 years. Oh, so bad. I'm so sorry. And then my mom was visiting me, and then she said, "Hey, Bomi, did you see? It's on your bookshelf. It's so pretty. So put it next to TV table." And then, "Okay, Mom, I have so many stuff, but I put it on my TV table." And I looked into it. I didn't know that, but it has a bee on it. Okay. And you know what? I have surprising news in this Thanksgiving season. I am moving. It's been 3.5 years at Belmont Heights United Methodist Church, and I'm moving because United Methodist Church system, pastors appointed by bishop and cabinets. So it's my last Thanksgiving attending this interfaith gathering together, and it's going to be my last Advent. So I'm like, oh, I'm so sad. But you know what? I saw this symbol. And then 3 years ago, the guy who didn't know where I'm going, he drew a bee, and which is kind of one of symbol that United Methodist Church working together as a being the church. So our symbol is bee. This guy, maybe he knew where I'm going to. And I totally forgot about that. And then now I look into why is this symbol? And he wrote it, the smallest light. And he signed his name on here. So what I'm saying is, I'm not happy I'm moving because I have 3 little toddlers, but it's somehow God is asking me to move and to serve another people. Okay, God, but I'm mad at you, I just said that. But at the same time, I choose to be grateful for. Okay? There is nothing I can change. It's bishop's order, you gotta go. Okay? That's where I sign up for. It could be politics. I have many excuses, like why this happened to me in this busy season with 3 toddlers. Why? But now I change my mind. God, you call me to be a pastor. You call me where I need to be. I'm choose to be thankful for, and I'm choosing to be faithful. And maybe God already winked me when I first left Georgia, even I didn't know. So the reason I'm bringing to you today is, how can we be thankful for in this divided world? How can we be thankful for when my families are sick? How can we be thankful for that others are hungry in this moment? Isn't it too selfish? Or isn't it kind of like ridiculous? But I'm inviting you to think, but God, your God, our God, is inviting us to be thankful for. It's your choice. We cannot change the situation, but we can decide to be thankful for. And I pray that this community stay together, working hard, dressed in love. John Wesley, United Methodist Church founder, he said, we cannot think alike. Do you agree? We cannot think alike. Pepsi is the best or Coke is the best. We can argue, right, forever. But if we cannot think alike, how can we, why not we just love alike? We are all from different backgrounds, right? We are from all different culture, all different stories you are carrying on. But why not we just love alike? Can we do this? And maybe last, do you know 6'7"? What is that? This little one came back home and he said, 6'7". What? He said 6'7". So if you don't know what am I talking, just Google or ask your younger kids. They've been talking about 6'7". And even this little one didn't know, so I asked my youth, what is that? What is 6'7"? Why all young Gen Z is talking about 6'7"? They explained, and I still didn't get it, why they are saying it. But even you don't understand, just be thankful. Instead of 6'7", even this little baby underneath this table, he says 6'7". Even he doesn't know what does that mean, but he laugh about it. Even you cannot be thankful for. Why don't you just say, thank God? Not a bad way, good way. And just give thanks to God and just see where God is winking you. Hey, this is where I'm taking you. Thank you for being faithful for this community together. And I don't know, we may see each other again, or maybe in somewhere, maybe bump into maybe some Korean restaurant. But have blessing to you, and I will just keep praying for this Long Beach community. And I hope you just give thanks no matter what, and choose to be thankful. Amen? Thank you. Come on. Come on.
I don't think we've ever had anyone sit in there before. That was great. So let's sing. Let's sing another song together. You guys sounded beautiful on the last one. This is another one that's pretty catchy, and you might already know it. We have in our Pirkei Avot, our Ethics of the Fathers, one of our texts, Rabbi Hillel said, if I am not for myself, who will be for me? But if I'm only for myself, who am I? And if not now, when? So we need to be true to ourselves and help others, and we need to start now. And this is a song by Carrie Newcomer, If Not Now, Tell Me When. So if you know it, sing along, and if you don't, sing along, because you'll get it pretty quickly. If not now, tell me when. If not now, tell me when. We may never see this moment or place and time again. If not now, tell me when. I see sorrow and trouble in this land. I see sorrow and trouble in this land. Although there will be struggle, we'll make the change we can. If not now, tell me when. I may never see the promised land. I may never see the promised land. And yet we'll make this journey. We'll walk it hand in hand. If not now, tell me when. So we'll work until it's done. Every daughter, every son, every soul that ever longed for something better, something brighter. It will take a change of heart for this to mend. It will take a change of heart for this to mend. But miracles do happen every shining now and then. If not now, tell me when. But miracles do happen every shining now and then. Everyone, if not now, tell me when. If not now, tell me when.
Hello, I am Petra Melise Sternberg from First Congregational Church in downtown Long Beach, the other way down 3rd and Cedar. I like that we're all in a line together. You have to bump over to get to Dave, but not far. Thanksgiving is really a joyous time, I think, in many different ways, of harvest gratitude, one which echoes with memories of the past and blessings of the present. Some of my own Thanksgiving memories, I realized this week, come from different places. I grew up in places where the leaves have fallen and it's not sunny and warm, and there are empty gardens now sitting in a browned landscape of approaching winter. I'm not a native Californian, and I find this to be kind of an odd place sometimes to live in the autumn. Leaves do fall here, but sometimes in November we find ourselves nervous because the fire danger has not yet gone away. I've learned that in my 2 decades of living here. But this week, the blessed rains came after this long, dry year to quench the dry brown hills and wash away for now the dangers of the fires that have lingered with us in our county and in our region since the terrible fires just last January. And these rains that came, they complicated our life for a few days there because no one in California knows how to drive in the rain. But they also have brought something strange to me. Now that the sun has come out and the temperatures have gone back up, I saw it once more this weekend. There's this unexpected prelude to Thanksgiving, the bright neon new growth all around us. All of a sudden, the hills are green again, the roadsides, the empty lots. There's new life and new color all around us. And the mountains, snow-capped in the distance that you could see today. I hope you saw them driving around today. They're truly spectacular. I lived in the Midwest for a long time, and you can see that particular shade of neon green poking through in the spring. It's supposed to start in March, depending on how far north you are, and come into April and May. I also lived a chunk of my life in southern Arizona, And there's a long, hot, dry summer in southern Arizona where suddenly in August, the monsoon clouds will suddenly burst and the rains pour out on the land, and you see that neon green unfolding across the desert in August. But here in California is the first place I've lived where the land turns to bright spring colors in November. And to me, of course, autumn is still a time of harvesting the fruits of summer growth, of giving thanks for the bounty that God has given us at the end of the growing season. And yet, in this season, we have somehow mixed together our autumn harvest and our spring new life all at once. Somehow, that image seems appropriate for me as we gather together in this interfaith community this afternoon, seeking to give thanks, because we are harvesting the traditions and the gifts of our ancestors in faith from many different cultures and religious traditions. And we are also seeking a way forward together, some new green hope poking out, some renewed partnerships as we continue this new tradition for our congregations and our community. The psalmist sings, and I believe that the creation leads us in our songs of praise. The beauty of this place where we are so blessed to live in calls us to echo with our own gratitude from the green hills to the snow-capped mountains in splendor. Psalm 148 sings of young and old together praising God, and I truly believe there is nowhere in our world that young and old gather together in praise in a more powerful way than in our religious traditions. We are so often separated from each other in our world for school and for work, and we're even targeted by age group for advertising and television and programming of all sorts. But we come together in these places to unite to pray, and each of our religious traditions shares in common the conviction that our faith is meant to be passed on from generation to generation, and the stories of the past unfold into the promise of the future. And it is easy, I think, especially at Thanksgiving time and throughout the holidays ahead, to put on our rose-colored glasses and ignore the difficulties in our world sometimes, because there is great beauty in creation, but there's also our human actions that have challenged, degraded the air and the water, even here in our home city and valley. Some of our Thanksgiving tables this week will be full of joy and gratitude, but many will find challenging conflict, discord, disunity, and also losses. Difficult economic times affect our individual families and our community. And speaking as someone from the congregational tradition, I'm aware that my ancestors, the Pilgrims, are not really the best model for us in the building of community reconciliation. Their early truces and treaties with the Native Americans soon turned to bloodshed and disease, and our nation has only just now, barely, not really, begun to recognize or work on the healing needed in those places. So I think that gratitude is complicated in this season. It's mixed. There are decaying leaves mixed with new growth. I believe we need to acknowledge our blessings and our failings both, so that we can learn from history, so that we can turn toward the future in a way that will build us up, not tear us down. With honesty and yet with hope, our partnerships here across lines of religious and cultural difference can hold us to our common dreams as we pray for the health and safety of each other's families and communities, as we pray for bounty to be on each other's tables. There's an author and poet, Mary Jo Leddy, and I'd like to share a poem prayer that she wrote. We are grateful you have given us this day and given us this way to say thank you. We thank you for giving us what we need to be grateful. We offer back to you all that we have and all that we are. We know our thank you is as fragile as we are. It can be crushed by the care of the moment. It can disappear in the heat of the day. It can be blown away by the winds of suffering. But we ask you to take our small thank you into your great act of thanksgiving. You who are from God, with God, and for God, you in whom it is all. Yes and amen. At the center of our thankfulness this year, may we commit to carry forward our gratitude so that we can share from our complicated bounty with others, so that we can share gifts with each other and with our community, as an expression of all that we have been given, as an expression of the wonder of both the decay that will lead to new growth and the sprouts that come between the flowers and between the trees and between the branches, unfolding into blessings that we can share with each other and with our world. For all this and so much more, may we give thanks.
I'm Sandra Eskenon with the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints in the Long Beach East area. It was a few years ago that I ended up coming here by the invitation of the imam over at the Masjid al-Sharif. He sent me an invitation to come to a musical Shabbat and a program on refugees. And when I got here, I found out that the temple, the mosque, and our church were working together to help these refugees. And I've fallen in love with the synagogue and all the people that are here. And then I eventually got invited to these Thanksgiving Interfaith and meeting all these different congregations. It's wonderful to work with all of you. I thought I'd bring a little object. I was thinking about gratitude, and they say gratitude is like glitter. Once you start, it goes everywhere. But of course, I didn't want to bring glitter in the synagogue, so I happened to notice, I was thinking, oh, where can I find glitter? And I remembered I have a snow globe, a Hanukkah snow globe that has glitter in it. I thought, oh my gosh, that's really neat. So anyway, just a little bit of background. Well, let me start with this first. Giving thanks and serving others is interconnected, with gratitude leading to a desire to serve, and service being a way to express thanks. Gratitude involves thanking God for blessings, even challenges, while service means helping others, as service to others is seen as a service to God. Both are emphasized as ways to go closer to God and find joy. My position in the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, I work in community outreach. Community outreach, interfaith, humanitarian work, and we work with over 50 community partners. 20 of them are faith-based. We also work with churches, including churches, mosques, and synagogues, local pantries, neighborhood associations, and community service groups who help others in need. Every year we have a big taco night, and we invite all of our community partners to thank them for all that they do and for everything that they've done for others, and by them putting gratitude into action. I was a deputy sheriff for 20 years, and right before I retired, I got a call. It was a rainy night, and there was a woman. They said there was a woman in an alcove on a side street. So I went there, and it was pouring rain, and she had a blanket, or she didn't have a blanket. She was shivering, and I tried to find a place to place her. This is in the city of Bellflower, and there wasn't any place. So I came down to Long Beach, and I went to every place that I could think of, and no one could take her in. I eventually went down to the Long Beach Police Department, and they said, take her over to St. Mary's and give her this address, and tomorrow she can go over and try to get winter shelter. And I felt horrible that I couldn't find any place to put her. And I got her some dinner, and then I gave her my blanket that was in the trunk of my patrol car, and I left her at St. Mary's. And after I retired and I started getting involved in more things in my church, I got invited to go work down in Skid Row with Garden of Faith Church in Gardena. And that started my working with the homeless. I work with a lot of groups that feed the homeless, and it's a service that is really dear to my heart. In my faith, there's a saying that says, the worth of souls is great in the sight of God. That means that every individual has infinite and equal worth to God, regardless of their circumstances or their accomplishments. It signifies that every person is infinitely valuable and precious to God. Recently, I came upon a talk given by the comedian Jeff Foxworthy, and he called it, When God Whispered, I said yes, and I'm so glad I did, which illustrates the worth of the souls in God's sight. He recounts that about 15 years ago, he was at a film festival with his 3 young daughters. He joked about the fact that his 3 young daughters all seemed to want to go to the bathroom at the same time, so he assumed that there must be a seesaw or a little merry-go-round in there. And as he waited in the lobby for them to come back, he noticed a table that was next to him, and there was a brochure on it, and it said Atlanta Mission. And he picked up the brochure, and he realized it was a homeless shelter. And then as he was reading the pamphlet, he realized it was a faith-based shelter. The man sitting at the table said, you know, you need to come down and have lunch with me sometime. And Jeff said that we took the guy's number, and he thought about it, and he's thinking, well, you know, I spent a lot of time doing charity for cancer and other things, but he'd never done anything with the homeless. And in his mind, he said, to the extent he did anything with the homeless, it was if a homeless person came up to his car, he'd hand them $5, and that was it. And he said he had to admit that's all he ever did. So he decides to, he does go down to the shelter, and he asked the guy, you know, what do you really want from me? What do you want? And Jeff's thinking, well, he probably wants me to promote something or do a free concert or things like that. And he just says, I just wanted you to come and meet some of the guys here. That's what I wanted you to do. So he says the first guy that he meets at the table, his name is Jason, and he says he was 21 years old. And Jeff says, you know, I love hearing people's stories. That's how I base a lot of my comedy. So he says, so you're 21 years old. How did you end up in this homeless shelter? And Jason says to him, well, it was me and my brother and my mom and my dad. And when I was 11 years old, my mom killed herself. 2 years after that, my brother killed himself. And it was me and my dad. In my second year of college, my dad killed himself. He then said, I got to the point when I couldn't hurt anymore. I started smoking crack, flunked out of school, and that's how I'm on the street. That's why I'm on the street. Jeff said that he was sitting there looking at this kid, and he was thinking, crap, I would have started smoking crack myself. He goes, how much hurt can a human heart take? He found from getting to know these guys that this was almost always the case, that the addiction, whatever it was, alcohol or drugs, that was a symptom, but the case was some kind of hurt they couldn't get over. I mean, some of these people had been sexually violated or physically violated, and they just had a hurt that they couldn't get over or couldn't get past. So the guy who had invited Jeff to come down to the mission said, I know you've been asking me, why have I invited you to come? And I'll tell you, I want you to lead a small group. These guys have never had a small group and in their lives, and I think you'd be a great leader for it. And Jeff said, he goes, you know, there's 6 million people in Atlanta. You couldn't think of anybody better? So then this is what Jeff Foxworthy says. This is the only thing we can do for God. It's when he whispers to us to say yes, and God doesn't yell. He says, I was reading this verse that there was a great earthquake, and there was a great fire, and there was a still, quiet voice. That's God. That's the still, quiet voice. God doesn't yell. That's why he tells us to be still. And so I said yes. So he started heading this group up, and he said he was thankful for Chick-fil-A because if he hadn't brought the chicken biscuits, nobody would have showed up. He had no training. He'd been in a small group for years, but these are homeless guys, and he started with 12 guys. He said, I want you to tell you something about the homeless. Once you start learning their stories, they become somebody's son, somebody's brother, somebody's dad. The way you look at them totally changes. Totally changes. There's some people here that in the audience that I work with, the homeless. We feed them a lot down at MacArthur Park. And to me, the worth of their souls is great. The worth of souls is great in the sight of God, and at this time of year, we thank God for all our blessings. Let us turn our gratitude into service to others. Amen.
move up just a little bit. I'm making it worse. Hey, there we go. All right. So, a few years ago, I did a sermon series on happiness. And I was doing my research, so I wanted to see what everybody was saying about happiness. It turns out it's a new field for scientific inquiry. There's all kinds of podcasts and everybody trying to figure out what's the key, what's the secret to happiness in a sense of overall well-being. And in all of the books and all of the articles and all of the scholarly literature that I came across, the one key component is gratitude. That gratitude gives us a sense of being able to transcend whatever is happening, whatever garbage we're going through, or whatever trash is being heaped on us, as dirt is thrown at us. To have a sense of gratitude is the number one thing that you can do for your own sense of happiness and well-being. And I thought, nah, that can't be. And so I've been trying it out for a few years. And have any of you tried any of the gratitude practices, the gratitude journals, anything like that? So I've been at this for a while now, and I'm a convert to this science stuff. The pastor getting converted is good. One of the things that we started, my wife and I think I talked about this last year, we walk up Signal Hill every day, and there's a promenade, and at either end of the promenade, there are two pillars, and one of the pillars we put our hands on every morning, and the idea is you're supposed to look at the other person and say something you appreciate about them. When we first started out, I thought I would always go for personality things. I really appreciate the way you are with older people, and you make them smile and feel comfortable. And she would turn to me and say, I appreciate that you took out the trash. It felt a little uneven, but it's evened out, and we've been doing this for quite some time now. And one of the things you notice is how little you notice. That you got to pay attention to find the things that you appreciate. Because sometimes you just kind of look and say, I don't know, what'd you do? And it makes you want to be worthy of that as well. And so one of the things I've done is to expand my practice of gratitude to try to notice something new and to have a sense of awe of something new every day, especially during the walks. What did I notice today that I hadn't noticed before? And I think that helps. One of the things that I do, particularly at this time of year when I start feeling grumpy or grouchy, is I think about my father's Thanksgiving gravy. He makes the best gravy. And I think about that because there was a time in my life when I was a young man, 17, when I almost died. Very sick, long time. And I kind of thought everything from this time is gravy. Whether it's good, whether it's bad, whether they're doing crappy stuff in Washington, whether bad things are happening to me, or whether I'm at the height of my glory, it's all gravy. Gravy, gravy, gravy. Sometimes I feel like I got lumps in my gravy, but it's still gravy. Sometimes I feel like it's got too much starch and too inaccessible, but life is still gravy. And it brings a sense of joy. I want to close. I found this thing on TikTok. And I don't know who wrote it, but whoever produced it put it in the voice of Winnie the Pooh about happiness and joy. It says, there was a season when joy came easily, laughing at small things, getting excited over nothing, feeling full of sunny ideas from morning to night. These days, my joy feels quieter, like an ember nestled in the ashes after a long fire. For a while, I thought that meant that the fire was gone. But embers, I've learned, are what remains when a flame has been working very hard for a long time. They are tired, but not finished. If your spark is more of a faint glow than a roaring blaze, it doesn't mean you've lost it. It means it has stayed with you through everything, burning low and steady in all the places you thought would put it out. Maybe at the end of the day, thanksgiving and gratitude and inner peace and joy is just about tending the ember that's within you. Not pretending the fire is bigger than it is, just appreciating the heat that's still there. Amen. And now I'd like to have you communicate and talk with each other a little more and offer a blessing. It doesn't have to be formal or religious. I saw a bumper sticker once on one of my walks that it said, I hope something nice happens to you today. That is great. There's all kinds of people wishing all kinds of stuff, but somebody wishing something nice happens to me, that is awesome. So maybe you can offer a word of kindness and grace to those around you, a blessing, of peace, of kindness, of grace, whatever comes to your heart and mind. So take a moment and offer words of blessing to one another. as you kind of finish your conversations and come back together, I want to invite our other clergy participants to come forward, Sandra and Reverend Bomi. Rabbi Scott, who led this the last 2 years, he's on family leave right now. And last year he had us, each clergy person give one word blessing to kind of close it up or kind of close up their thoughts for the day. And so I will give my one word. You already know what it is: gravy.
For me, it's humor.
One word blessing? One word.
Yeah, it's Scott's fault. He's not here to blame.
It's hard to say just one word. Just laugh.
I think then my word would be love.
Should I close it out?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to sing a song again. My word would be grateful. And I'm grateful for everybody here. So let's sing together one more song. It's very repetitive. I'd love to hear your voices sing with me once you pick it up, but it's grateful. For each day I live, my God, for each day I live, I am grateful, grateful, forever grateful, grateful each day I live. Try that with me. For each day I live, my God, for each day I live, I am grateful. I am grateful, grateful, forever grateful, grateful each day I live. I am gifted by your glory. I am lifted by your love. I am grateful, grateful every day I live. I am grateful, grateful every day I live. For each day I live, my God, for each day I live, I am grateful, grateful, forever grateful, grateful each day I live. You've got it now. For each day I live, my God, for each day I live, I am grateful, grateful, forever grateful, grateful each day I live. I am gifted by your glory. I am lifted by your love. I am grateful, grateful every day I live. I am grateful, grateful every day I live. I'm grateful for all of you being here today. Thank you so much. Thank you all so much.
I'm grateful. Thank you all for coming, and appreciate you all. And let's keep doing this every year. And thanks again to all the folks at Temple Israel who made this happen and allowed us to be here and share it tonight. God bless.
Blessings to you on your travels and your journey. Yeah, you need many moving blessings.
Yes.
Thank you for leading this, and thank you for everything. And please say hello to Rabbi Fox.
Okay, I will. And good luck with everything. And
Yeah.
I hope your move goes well.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Reach out to you again. Yeah, keep in touch.
so much. I really appreciate it.
Your words were beautiful. Yeah.
It was an adaptation of what I said this morning, but she won't care.
I believe my teacher used to tell me all the time that the best way to learn anything is repetition.
You know what? You did something